this is Miss Andrea, and I haven't made a video in a while, and I'm very thankful that I made the series of videos that I made before I got sick, because I have been very sick. I noticed a few weeks ago that I just kept falling asleep, and I thought it was because I had started working on my master's degree, which I didn't talk about much. It's here at University of the People, not sponsored. It's a no-cost college. You just pay for your exams. And so I didn't want to talk about it until I felt comfortable with it. And I felt comfortable with it. And I'll talk about that soon when I get a little bit more perspective. I'm on week 3 for my master's degree. So I made these videos, a conversation, all grown up and homeschooled, 1, 2, and 3. The quality on the first one kind of sucked.
Yeah, no.
Because I was dealing with the exhaustion then, and I just went ahead and edited on the computer that I filmed on, and it's a great computer to film on, but a bad computer to edit on. I just don't have the right software on that one. I don't know enough about resolution to fix those things, and my son has this desktop set up for good editing. So I did that one, right? And I did that one.
If checking the mail is your idea of getting out of the house, it's time to get away.
Hate the commercials. Skip the ads. Okay.
Like, not to be an ad. Not.
She did a good job not swearing. I did that one, and you can see we did the series in bed because I was starting to suffer from exhaustion. And we were just hanging out in bed. And your responses were just really good. And so I was glad to be able to follow that up with video number 3.
Things that should be done differently. Homeschool children need to leave the house more.
She said some things I knew, and she said some things that I hadn't considered. And it's funny because when I started my homeschool program, I sat down with adult homeschool people. And I think that's something I need to get into the habit of doing every year. I would love to do a homeschool collaboration with people who are homeschooled and are adults now, because I really want to give people the perspective of the students who were homeschooled, so that they keep their kids in mind, and not just of parents, and bless us all, but we interpret things differently. There are several times in this video series where my daughter said, oh no, this wasn't a good time for me, or this wasn't a good moment for me, or this wasn't a good activity for me. And I was like, I thought you were great. She was like, I was busy. But looking back, she knows what I did right and what I did wrong. And I want to hear what homeschoolers think their parents did right and what they did wrong. I'm not here to build the best program for homeschoolers out there. I'm still a proponent of education in general. And I want to build parents up to facilitate their child's education in any way they can. That's why I changed the name to Not Another Homeschool Vlog, because it's not just about homeschooling. So if you haven't seen these 3 videos, I encourage you to watch them. And then also this one on ethnocentric curriculum might not be for everyone, but I mentioned in it that that's not really what I'm into. What I'm into is a whole world curriculum taught in order that it happened. And that way you see cause and effect. And when you see cause and effect and you cover all the areas of the world we see why things develop, and we get less of these good guys versus bad guys situation. Yeah, people have done some real nasty things. Some people did things because they could. But you really start to see the cause and effect and the reasoning, and you see patterns. And you see that things could occur again. And so, after watching this video...
As the parent of advanced, high-achieving children, you want them to get scholarships into the very...
People, as
after doing this video...
I try to only include things that I can vet, and we all know how hard that is, but I get as much as possible as I can in there. For people who are interested, particularly in an ethnocentric curriculum, I do have things that you can do, and I searched. There's not a true ethnocentric curriculum out there. Integrates language arts into your history, and so you're getting a 2 for 1. I didn't mean for this to be a commercial. But this is exactly the type of history program I am writing.
So the point was, I am actively writing a history program. It's going to be 4 years worth. It integrates language arts, and it includes everything. So it's not ethnocentric per se, but it's also not whitewashed. And that's very important. And I'm getting a ton of interest on that. I set up a link to go to my blog. Well, I'll just do that and sign up if you're interested. And I'll be sending out update letters soon to everyone who has shown interest. I have a writing partner. We're incorporating. It's not part of the homeschool program per se. It's something that the homeschool program uses, and eventually we will license it. So I'm trying to figure out what we can put out now for people to test, touch, and feel, and what we're going to package as yearly curriculums. And we're hoping to have something packaged by the fall. So I don't feel well. My chest is heavy. I had a bacterial infection, and because of COVID, and I had several COVID tests. Because of COVID, I couldn't get in to see a doctor, and I finally hit the wall with a fever of 104 that lasted for several days, and an elevated heart rate, resting heart rate of 120 that lasted for several days. And so I finally got my Z-Pack. I haven't taken antibiotics in 20 years, so when you give me antibiotics, I don't take them unless I'm like sick. So when you give me antibiotics, they work immediately. So the infection is actively being knocked out, but I'm weary. But I just wanted to thank you for all your support, and pray for me so that I heal fast. Tomorrow I'm actually supposed to be speaking to a crowd to get support for what we're doing. And I'm going to go over there, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to come back home. I'm going to teach on Tuesday, mask from a corner of the room. I'm going to come back home. I'm going to teach Thursday, mask from a corner of the room. I'm going to come back home. I'm not doing anything I don't have to do besides some teaching and some studying till I am stronger. And I want to get this curriculum out, and I want to move this program into what I envision it being, a center for people, homeschoolers and traditional schoolers, to get together, share information so that all the kids can thrive. So that is all I have. Until next time.